In this segment, I'm going to show you some data manipulation techniques in Excel. Specifically, we're going to talk about how to use the text to columns feature. Let's take a look at this column for rating. And let's suppose that I wanted to know the average rating. Well, in the current format, I can't do any numerical analysis. So we're going to try to isolate the numerical portion of this column using the text to columns feature. So under the data menu, I'm going to find text to columns. And I could use either a delimited option or a fixed width option. I'm going to start with the delimited and let's just see how this looks. I'm going to go to next and I'll leave space as my delimiter. And you'll notice that if I do it this way, it's going to take that one column and convert it to 5 columns, which is a little unnecessary because really I just want to isolate this numeric portion of the column. Now if I used fixed width, I have a little bit more flexibility. Fixed width will allow me to drag these lines to isolate the pieces of the column that I want. And it's nice because my numerical portion is all the same width, because it's all 1 digit, decimal, and a 0. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and keep that portion, and I'll just move the rest of these lines all the way over. All right, now I made a mistake. I forgot to add a blank column. So when I click next, I'll get a chance to check it and give me an error message. And I actually don't want to replace that data. So I'm going to actually cancel this. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to insert a blank column. That will allow me to move this into 2 columns without overwriting any data. So data, text to columns, and we chose the fixed width. And I will just move these lines over. So I just break this up into 2 columns and finish. Okay, and so now I'm going to go ahead and just delete this column because I really just want this numerical portion left. I can go back and clean up my column heading, and now I'm good to go. So now if I wanted to know the average rating, I can highlight this column and it'll give me the average down here at the bottom. All right, let's take a look at another example. Let's manipulate another column now. We're going to manipulate this date column. I really just want the date here. I don't want the word on. So again, I'm going to go ahead and add a blank column. I'm going to highlight the column I want to manipulate. Go to Data, Text to Columns. And again, the fixed width option is going to be my most flexible choice. And since all of my data has the same width in terms of the portion that I want to chop off, the fixed width option works really well. I just want to remove the word on. So next, I can go ahead and tell Excel now that this is a date, so I can choose the format, month, date, year, which is correct, and OK. All right, again, I will delete this column. I will make this date. And if I want to further manipulate this format, I can go over here to the formatting option and choose a different format for the date. Okay. All right, now I'm going to come over here and we're going to do a little manipulation on this column. I want to just isolate the actual color. So again, I will insert a blank column. I'm going to show you one other way to do the text to column option. And this doesn't always work, so I'm going to hope for the best. I'm just going to start typing the word that I want. All right, and now what has happened is I have what's called the flash fill. So Excel started to recognize that I am looking for just the word that follows color. And it went ahead and auto-populated that for me. And so now it's just giving me a little warning to check out the flash fill results. I'm going to click OK. And here are my what's called the flash fill results. So if you just start typing what you want, sometimes Excel can figure it out for you. All right, I'm going to go ahead. So that's one option. Let's go ahead and play with this a little bit more though. Again, we could have done the text to column option. And in this case, a delimiter would have worked quite well. I could have chosen a colon for my delimiter. And we see that that works out pretty well the way I wanted it to. I could have also used the fixed width option, would have worked well here. So it's color colon, always has the same width. But we'll do it a little differently this time. And now I get what I wanted. And I can just go back and delete this information that I don't want. Okay, so hopefully that shows you some different ways to manipulate your data when you want to just extract certain portions of a column of text.